but like that first song was really about like not even sugarcoated. It was about depression. It was just like it was really sad. Like it was just really emotional, and it was like the poems that I'd been writing for like a while, and just like it was called Blue Picasso.
I think I heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like Picasso was one of my huge influences. And he had this period called the Blue Period. He had a section of his life where he just painted everything in the blue tones, and he painted everything in blue tones, and it's like just to kind of express how he was feeling. He was going through very bad depression. He was like an artist prodigy, right? So he had a lot of loneliness in him, and that's just that was like when people knew Picasso as Picasso. I feel because that was his. And then after that, he has his Rose period, which is like kind of the enlightenment from that of being like happy, you know, not even just happy but comfortable and seeing things as seeing beauty in things. And then he had like the wild art that you probably know, like you know what I mean, like the crazy stuff that he's known for. But like, yeah, that was kind of like to come from having an art background and all this art, all these an art following, and people wondering where I've been with art. Why haven't I been posting art, even photography? I haven't been posting that. I've been talking about music more, saying I'm gonna drop a song, and then like coming with not even expressing. I never really used to express myself in a vulnerable way, you know. And so I had to be like, kind of make my mark as an artist visually, like from that influence, and kind of set the tone emotionally. You know.
You also mentioned Jean Basquiat.
Jean Michel Basquiat was a huge idol to me. Not I keep saying idol, but I hate that. But like yeah, no, he was a huge influence. Like to me, people say race doesn't matter, but when I saw Jean Michel Basquiat, I was like, I can do this because that looks like me. You know what I mean? And it's like I try not to think like that. I don't really think that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't gonna lie, like if I said anything else, like that's just how I felt like I've always wanted to be an artist of that caliber, being taken seriously, whether it's the music industry, whether it's whatever industry. As an artist, I don't really put things in boxes. And I've only seen it like I'm idolizing, like I went to the art school, so I was introduced to people like Monet, Van Gogh, Picasso, Gauguin, like a bunch of artists, right? And being like, I want that type of historical imprint. And to see Basquiat and be introduced to his whole artistry, the AGO did a whole exhibit on it.
Yeah.
I went there and I was like, dude, but the person already did that. I'm like, but I'm gonna be like, there's no one like me, not even out of color, just being like, just not being an old white European man. I mean, you know what I mean? It's not even like if you take that away, it's just like, I'm still like, you know what I mean? It's just like, so it's like, and I'm talking like, that's way back in art history. Nowadays in art, the contemporary art scene is really eclectic. So I'm not going to discredit that, you know what I mean? It's not like, but I mean, this was my kind of narrow-minded focus of like only knowing that kind of side of art because that's my art education and like in seeing things in paintings.
Because they're like the greats from those times.
Yeah, the great. Like, I'm talking greats though. That's, you know what I mean? Like I'm talking like big names. So I mean, that's just how I think. And then it's, you know, some pressure, but I mean, it's just kind of like how much I love the craft. So but yeah, Jean Michel Basquiat was the first, and then I you know watched this movie. Like there's a documentary. And there's a movie based off of his life. With
the guy from the singer, right? The singer.
Mm-hmm. I think
David Bowie, isn't he in it? Plays Warhol, maybe.
Yeah, does he? Is he play Warhol? Oh,
I don't know. Yeah.
Does he? I don't know. I have to check that. But I mean, like, we have the same movie in mind.
Okay.
And that was amazing. And just seeing his life, like my dad was like, "Why do you like this guy?" Because he died a heroin addict, and you know what I mean. Like he's not the person you want to look up to.
But you don't.
And I'm like, that's not what I admire. Like, you know what I mean? I don't even. And even his art is, if you don't get it, you might not ever get it because it's really. It looks like a kid drew it, and it looks really. But I see the thought put into that, and I see how calculated it is, and I'm like, I'm trying to.
Well, what do you see? Because honestly, like I was gonna say, like a lot of people might think like not appreciate it the way it should be appreciated. I mean,
definitely. I mean, it's more than just for me. it truly, it's like, it shows his expression. Like, he's just expressing himself with the thoughts and the knowledge that he has. So I went to that show and I saw a lot of, and it's weird, it's going to sound weird, but bear with me. Now I'm going to go on a tangent, I think. But I mean, like, when it kind of, it ties in with how I see some of my favorite artists, like the thought process of the art of some of my favorite artists, like Frank Ocean or something. Because when I saw some of Basquiat's art, I'd see like one subject, right? Like maybe he drew a face or whatever, a guy. And then there'd just be words on the side. And there'd just be some colors. You know what I mean? Like it looks really abstract, and it's loosely drawn, as a kid would. So, which says to me how loose of this how loosely he's expressing himself. He's not filtering things out and stripping things down to what they need to be. He's just like he's just going. He's thinking like pretty rapidly, but like, you know what I mean? Like he has a lot of influences there. Like he'd have words like he'd have like
Sambo.
Yeah, Samo was his graffiti. He'd
Samo.
have like Samo, but he'd have like
his dad
facts on like the, astronomy on the side. He'd have facts on like anatomy and like things that you'd have to do research for. You know what I mean? Like he'd have words and stuff like that, or just symbols, like things that make no sense, like a foot right there, and like Saturn's a ring, and then the point is like Saturn's ring or something. You know what I mean? Like he was just different influences. Like he'll have like. You can tell this person is inspired, and they're just showing you what they like, what they are.
How did Jean Michel Basquiat kind of get into the culture of hip hop? Because I mean I don't know, I don't expect you to answer that like to the best, like because I know Jay-Z is very much, you know, he integrated his kind of like he's clearly inspired by him, and not just Jay-Z. It's been a common theme in hip hop music.
Totally. Yeah, well, first off, Basquiat started off, he was a graffiti painter, graffiti artist in New York, and he, what did he do? He was in a band called Grey, and I have the vinyl for it, it's sick. It's like, where he just, yeah, like, I don't even know, I think he produced, you know what I mean? I know he played an instrument, I forget what, but, he was, yeah, making music, and it was like, not hip hop, but it was very it was like boom bap-ish. You know what I mean? There was like definitely some urban influences. It was like very New York, but it was like kind of alternative for its time, and not very well known until Basquiat blew. And yeah, so that's kind of like he's been music. Art took off, and from my understanding, I'm obviously not him, but like. From what I've seen in the movies and what I've seen in the documentaries and what I've read, it's just like art took off and he couldn't do music. You know what I mean? Like, but like art is his path. It was what he was meant to do. But when it came from that, like, and just seeing him as I would see him, if anybody else who might have been an admirer of art sees this black guy in that high caliber who's like from New York and did graffiti and was homeless and like, you know what I mean? Like, has an intense, like, unprivileged backstory, they resonate with it. You know what I mean? I don't like my story doesn't reflect his, but I resonate with him. You know what I mean? To see someone else reach greatness through like struggle or opposition. I don't really care who you are.
And then
you know what I mean?
And then to see his work being showcased in like reputable places like the AGO.
Like the AGO.
Not even the AGO. I'm talking like even in New York City itself. Like,
yeah, the MoMA, anything. It's just to see that amongst all these, amongst the demographic that's so like solid in themselves. That's so like, okay, this is what an artist of our caliber looks like. You know what I mean? And anything else is kind of like. You know what I mean? Look at you kind of sideways, like
he literally broke boundaries. He's now his art speaks now to just more than just it speaks to everyone.
Totally.
Every socioeconomic background, every kind of class, if you will.
Yeah.
Every sort of it can be appreciated by everyone, and that I think is so inspirational.
Totally. Yeah, but and again, you won't really get it. Like, but I also that's what I get when I walked through the AGO on that day, because it's like. I don't get this fully. There's some things where I'm like, I can understand how you thought, oh man, like that's inspiring to see how, to understand that thought process and to see how like, I as an artist can kind of think that deeply and intensely and like draw inspiration from anything and kind of express it through my art. But I know that some of that is just for you. Like there's some things, and when I was making art, I knew this feeling because I would have little symbols, and then like I'd add like a little thing, just something, symbol, a word,
and it can change so much from it, right?
Not it won't be that also, or it could make like it can be whatever. It means nothing to the viewer. The viewer just sees it as a series of lines and colors and shapes.
But you made it. What that meant. You made it.
You know what I mean?
And it means something completely different. You know what each line means, and the other person just they don't have a clear vision to see what that is. My favorite Basquiat from what I've seen is Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the Empire State Building, right? And then he has a crown above it.
Nice.
And I think just that's so inspiring. That's like it's very minimal.
Yeah.
But yet it's so inspiring. Just like it's a statement. It's a statement out of it.
Yeah, I love how art speaks. I'm actually gonna get back into painting because I haven't stopped painting, but my priorities have shifted and my focuses have shifted. But my vision is to kind of still like stay. I don't know. It's like still keep that visual artistry keep going. You know what I mean? Like sounds and art. Like I'm Josh Dillon and I'm like trying to show you art. I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not like trying to be a rapper or a singer or a photographer or a painter or I want to make art. Like I want to create. Like, you know what I mean? That's kind of like it's stressful to be like, okay, I'm a singer. I'm going to sing. I have a 2-hour session. I'm going to sing there. And I'm going to go. I'm going to be a painter. And then I'm going to go and be like, that's stressful. You know what I mean?
It's stressful, but at the same time, it gives you somewhat of an opportunity to really make your life a little bit more interesting.
Definitely.
You can, I think, if you step away from the mic for, not that I want you to.
No, I wouldn't. I couldn't.
But if you stepped away from the mic for a little bit, say like a week, 2 weeks, a month, to just focus on the painting, that in itself can help you, inspire you to sort of create ideas, be creative in terms of music. Think of things musically. You know?
Like your writer block, right? Like it helps you find inspiration.
But that's the thing. It's like, the way I think of it, I don't really set out to. That may happen, but I'm still not painting. Being like, I'm just a painter this week. I might be painting and I might be thinking of a song. You know what I mean? Like, I might be making a song and I'm thinking of a video. I might be making a video and I'm thinking of clothes. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just like, and it's not organized. You know what I mean? It's not organized thought. It's literally just thought. And I'm like, for someone to be like, oh, you're this. Like, you know what I mean? And for me to be like, I guess, for me to try and put those boxes there.
Yeah.
I take those boxes out because that's how I'm able to make stuff and not have things like clash into each other. You know what I mean?